Hey tech enthusiasts, welcome to the Thursday edition of Tech Stocks Daily. Today we dive into Apple's Mac sales rocketing a whopping 20.8%, major AI advances with Siri and ChatGPT, and an astonishing iPhone 16 leak. Get the scoop on Microsoft's new Surface Pro 11, their booming stock, and a clever cybersecurity move for rural hospitals. Plus, why Leidos is the latest must-watch growth stock after a $476 million NASA contract. Lastly, find out why Google and Apple team up to make photo transfers a breeze. Buckle up, it's a thrilling tech ride. All right, tech fans, buckle up because Apple is all up in the headlines today, making waves on multiple fronts. Let's dive right into why Cupertino's finest is stealing the spotlight. First up, Mac sales are soaring faster than a rocket on launch day. According to IDC, Apple has shipped an estimated 5.7 million Macs in Q2 2024, marking a whopping 20.8% year-over-year growth. That's the largest growth spurt among leading vendors, putting Apple's market share up from 7.5 to 8.8%. Lenovo, HP, and Acer also saw increases, but Dell took a hit with a 2.4% decline. Even Gartner chimed in with similar good news for Apple, showing an impressive 13.1% rise in Mac shipments. With this kind of growth, Apple stock isn't just rising, it's getting helium pumped into the stratosphere, hitting a 52-week high of 233.8. Now, it's not just hardware that's hyping up Apple's value. The company is taking big steps in the AI game with Apple Intelligence, an advanced personal intelligence system integrated across iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and macOS Sequoia. This AI boost is making waves, allowing everyday users to experience more natural, contextually aware interactions with Siri and incorporating functions from ChatGPT. Yes, you heard it. ChatGPT is now part of Apple's ecosystem. Talk about turning your iPhone into a mini genius that can handle detailed questions and enhance content creation. Fancy. But Apple isn't just flexing its muscles in innovation, it's also playing nice with European regulators. Pressure from the EU has led Apple to open up its coveted NFC payment technology to competitors, meaning iPhone users in Europe won't be shackled to Apple Pay anymore. By July 25th, other mobile wallets will have access to tap-and-go tech, leading to more choices and boosting competition. This is the end of a 4-year antitrust investigation that could have cost Apple a hefty fine. Instead, they've agreed to make these changes last for a decade. Apple's antitrust woes don't end there. Earlier this year, they got slapped with a massive $1.95 billion fine courtesy of Spotify's 2019 complaint over App Store fees. Additionally, the EU is scrutinizing Apple's iPadOS, labeling it a gatekeeper, which adds even more regulation heat. So while Apple's growth in sales and innovations are stellar, they're not out of the regulatory woods yet. And as if all this isn't enough, we're hearing big rumors about the iPhone 16, which could feature a significant charging upgrade to 40 watts. This means juicing up your iPhone faster than ever, potentially hitting 50% charge in just 15 minutes. With whispers from Weibo and analysts like Ming-Chi Kuo anticipating larger screens and longer battery life, it's safe to say the hype train has left the station. There you have it. Apple's making major moves in sales, AI, regulatory appeasement, and device enhancement, making it a stock that growth-oriented investors just can't ignore. Whether it's boasting about Mac sales or appealing to the sophisticated tech needs of the future, Apple has shown it's not here to play, it's here to dominate. Now who's excited for the next iOS update? Hey tech enthusiasts, buckle up because today Microsoft is all over the news, and they are making waves across multiple fronts. Let's dive into the juicy details. First up, Microsoft has launched the Surface Pro 11 and Surface Laptop 7 in India. And folks, these aren't just any laptops. These devices are powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon X series chips and feature Microsoft's Copilot Plus platform that packs in some mind-blowing AI capabilities right at your fingertips. They're promising a quantum leap in computing, boasting enhanced performance, AI features, and everything you'd expect in a futuristic laptop. The starting price? INR 113,900. And if you pre-order before August 5th, 2024, you snag a free Marshall Major 4 wireless headset and a 1-month free subscription to Microsoft 365 and PC Game Pass. Talk about sweet deals. The Surface Pro and the Surface Laptop also come with AI-powered features like automatic framing, portrait blur, and voice focus. So be prepared to have your productivity and creativity taken to the next level. And speaking of AI, what's cooking in the tech stocks realm? Microsoft's stock is flying high. Year to date, their stock has jumped 25.72%, and just the other day, it went up another 1.46% to 466.25 cents a share. Plus, Microsoft has launched a new cybersecurity initiative aimed at protecting rural hospitals from the rising cybersecurity threats. Their program specifically targets healthcare facilities in rural areas that have seen a spike in ransomware attacks. It's a clever move, combining goodwill with a little dash of strategic brilliance. But hold on, the news train keeps chugging along. Microsoft also managed to sidestep a lengthy and potentially painful antitrust probe in the EU regarding its cloud business practices. They reached an agreement with the cloud infrastructure services providers in Europe, which happens to be backed by Amazon. The concern was about Microsoft's cloud business, making it tough for customers to switch providers by bundling software with Azure services. With this deal, CISP drops its complaint, and in return, Microsoft sweetens the pot for CISP members, giving them access to more Azure features and allowing service providers to offer Microsoft software on their local cloud infrastructure. This agreement can potentially reshape the cloud computing competitive landscape in Europe, but hasn't come without its critics, especially from heavyweights like AWS and Google Cloud Platform, who say the deal doesn't address broader user needs. This EU strategic maneuver is not Microsoft's first rodeo with regulators. Last year, they faced scrutiny over bundling their Teams app with other business softwares and invested a hefty $13 billion into OpenAI, which also brought informal investigations about AI cloud services commercial mixing. So in a nutshell, Microsoft grabbed headlines today for launching groundbreaking AI-powered Surface devices, making significant stock market waves, and skillfully dodging a potential antitrust bullet in Europe. They're pushing boundaries, breaking into new markets, and reinforcing their presence in the high-stakes tech industry. That's your wrap-up for today. Keep your eyes on Microsoft, because, ladies and gentlemen, they are just getting warmed up. All right, tech fans, buckle up because we've got a power play in today's news from Leidos, the formidable player you might recognize from their innovation hub in Reston, Virginia. Let's dive right into why Leidos is creating all the buzz today. First up, you might ask, is Leidos worth your attention as a growth stock? The experts over at Zacks seem to think so. Leidos has just been singled out by the Zacks proprietary rating system as a sterling growth pick, boasting an excellent growth score in Zacks rank. Now, what makes Leidos shine in the growth stock arena? Three crucial factors: earnings growth, cash flow growth, and positive earnings estimate revisions. For starters, let's break down those numbers. Historical earnings growth for Leidos clocks in at a decent 9.4%, but hold on to your hats. The projected growth rate skyrockets to 19.9% for this year. That's double whopping the industry average. People, we don't just use cash for weekend splurges, it's the lifeblood of businesses too. Leidos year-over-year cash flow growth is outstanding at 55.5%, comfortably outpacing their industry peers who average around 2.4%. Impressive, huh? And who wouldn't love a lower proverbial crystal ball telling us whether a stock's going to make a mint? Look no further than Leidos' upward trending earnings estimate revisions. It's not just good vibes. Empirical data backs up that there's a strong correlation between positive earnings revisions and near-term stock price bumps. Sip that stock market tea and consider that if you're looking for growth. But why stop there when your company can moonwalk across space ambitions too? Leidos also struck a major chord by bagging a $476 million contract with NASA. That's right, folks, $476 million. This mammoth deal will see Leidos continuing its support for NASA's International Space Station program and the Artemis campaign. From analytical and physical processing to engineering, maintenance, and operations support, Leidos will tackle it all. Oh, and did I mention they'll be responsible for the logistics? This means ensuring all those crucial supplies and provisions reach our brave astronauts. Leidos has a storied history since 2004, having backed over 160 ISS visiting vehicle missions and 85 ISS return vehicle missions. We're talking about delivering more than 310,000 pounds of cargo and riding 115,000 pounds of science back to Earth. Plus, remember that exploration potable water dispenser, fancy words for their spiffy water filter that keeps astronauts hydrated in style? Yup, that too is their brainchild. With nearly $15.4 billion in annual revenues, and count them, 47,000 employees hacking it through the world's toughest challenges, Leidos isn't just making waves in space. They're carving canyons right here on Earth too. So there you have it. Leidos is lighting up the scoreboard with their Zacks growth accolades and rocketing with NASA's massive contract. Keep your eyes peeled on this multifaceted powerhouse. They're making sky-high moves worth the hype. Hey tech enthusiasts. Today we're diving deep into why Google grabbed headlines on their lunch break. Hold on to your iPhones because this news is dripping with a whole new level of convenience and collaboration. So Google, in a rare yet fabulous buddy move, linked arms with Apple, a team-up that could even make Tom and Jerry momentarily put their differences aside. Together, they've rolled out an effortless tool, making photo transfers from Google Photos to iCloud as smooth as butter sliding on a pancake. Drum roll for the magic innovation, because ladies and gentlemen, this new capability is part of the data transfer tool within Google Photos that will allow you to send pics directly to iCloud without that clunky, exhausting download and re-upload routine. Remember the data portability tango where users used to perform athletic maneuvers like downloading a bazillion photos first, then re-uploading them into Apple's cozy iCloud? Well, flip that record, because the new tool lets you boogie straight through your photo transfer like a tech-savvy Beyoncé. Why is this such a huge deal? Well, this couldn't be easier option teams up several big names in tech to give users like us the freedom to move our digital memories with ease. This data transfer project is getting unanimous thank yous from everyone, from busy professionals ensuring their data slides through seamlessly, to drowsy teens snapping 100 selfies a day, probably right before lunch period. Google was in the spotlight primarily because they're weaving this magical digital transport gate within a mere week. Every photo and video format you can think of, whether it's JPEGs, AICs, PNGs, GIFs, basically name any format, they've probably got it covered. We'll zoom from Google Photos to iCloud Photos or iCloud Drive faster than it takes you to say, wish I were that organized. Let's sprinkle in a humble brag from both Apple and Google, ongoing since 2021 with these data transfer partnerships, proving that even Silicon Valley behemoths can make nice and handhold when we need it most. This new collaboration aligns with the growing speculation about Apple eagerly eyeing Google's AI technology, Gemini. By next year's iOS 18 launch, who knows? We might just see even deeper innovations springing forth. So, while we're thrilled knowing our photos can shuttle between platforms effortlessly, it's clear Google didn't just stop there. They're intent on keeping innovation fresh and user-focused, hence all the excitement. What do you all think about this Google and Apple team-up? Can you already see your precious memories rolling smoothly into iCloud, waving goodbye to the tedious download-upload tango? Share your thoughts below, and let's get this conversation sparked up. Let's hear your Amazon Alexa-fueled wows or your Google Nest-powered finallys. And as always, keep the conversation buzzing. Don't forget to leave your comments and join the picture-perfect chatter. Let's dig into all the tech updates next time. All right, tech enthusiasts, today we're zeroing in on Apple's stock, which has been making some monumental moves lately. So should you buy, sell, or hold? Let's break it down. First off, Mac sales have been skyrocketing, with an impressive 20.8% year-over-year growth in Q2 2024. Apple's market share is now sitting prettier than ever at 8.8%, thanks in no small part to their top-notch hardware innovations. Shipping an estimated 5.7 million Macs makes it clear Apple is raking it in like leaves in autumn. Secondly, Apple's making some serious strides in AI, with Apple Intelligence being integrated across all its devices. Siri's interactions are becoming more natural and advanced with ChatGPT functionalities. This isn't just a feather in Apple's cap, it's more like gluing jet wings on it. Let's not forget that Apple's playing nice with European regulators. By opening up NFC payment technology to other mobile wallets, they're avoiding some potentially huge fines and expanding competition. Talk about a savvy move to keep the peace and stay in the game. However, there are heads-up notifications about regulatory troubles, including ongoing antitrust investigations and a past fine of $1.95 billion. Plus, there's the pressure from Apple's gatekeeper label slapped onto iPadOS. Not all Apple slices are sweet, if you catch my drift. Finally, the upcoming iPhone 16 rumors promise bigger screens, faster charging at 40 watts, and longer battery life. Juicing up 50% in just 15 minutes? Pinch me, I must be dreaming. Given all this, I'd go with buy stock in Apple. The substantial growth in Mac sales, innovative AI integration, and potentially game-changing upcoming product releases all point to robust future performance. While there are regulatory bumps to watch out for, the benefits outweigh the risks in my book. Remember though, this is just my take. Always do your own research, consider your own risk tolerance, and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Apple's looking shiny, and the stakes are high, so shine up those investment glasses and dive deep before making your move. What do you think? Is Apple glowing bright on your radar too? Let me know in the comments. Wow, what a roller coaster of tech news we had today. Apple is soaring high with skyrocketing Mac sales and groundbreaking AI, while Microsoft's new Surface Pro and strategic moves against regulatory probes are making waves. Leidos rocks the growth stock world and nabs a massive NASA contract, and Google teams up with Apple to make our photo transfers smoother than ever. It's a day of innovation, growth, and strategic moves in the tech world. If you enjoyed this rundown, smash that like button, subscribe, and share the video with all your tech-savvy friends. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more exciting tech news.